that could go down has now officially gone down, as we now know the details and what the Chicago Sky are getting back in a trade for Marina Mabrey. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host here, Haize. I don't know if Steve-O's joining or not, but you can follow us at Chicago Sky Pod. But with that being said, let's get into it. So the trade has just been made official. The Chicago Sky are acquiring Moriah, Jefferson, and Rachel Banham in exchange for a 2025 first-round pick and the right to swap picks in 2026 in exchange for Marina Mabrey straight up. This is a interesting deal. Rachel Banham contract is expiring at the end of the 2025 season, as does Moriah Jefferson as well. No, Moriah 2025 season. So they're both under contract until that year. That means that the Sky are going to have them as veterans on the roster at least next season. Rachel Banham has a contract of only $95,000, and Moriah Jefferson's $141,000. So, with that said, the Sky are picking up an additional pick in 2025 outright. They already own their own first. Well, the Dallas Wings have the right to swap picks with the Chicago Sky, but right now the Dallas Wings pick would be better than the Sky, so they're not going to swap it. So the Sky now have two 2025 picks, and as we know from Jeff Pagliosha is that he has not been hesitant to move up to go out and get his person. So with now having two picks now in the first round in 2025, which is going to be still a deep draft, not as deep as this past draft, but still a very deep draft. It allows the Chicago Sky more flexibility to continue building this roster of young players to go around Camila Cardoso, Angel Reese, Kennedy Carter as some of the young players that they already have on this team. It has been said as well that the Sky still could be looking to move on from Dana Evans as well over this time. So the Sky may not be done as of yet, but Marina Mabrey, who spent 1.5 seasons with the Chicago Sky, is on her way out to the Connecticut Sun. And the Sky in Banham get another point guard, right? Not a point guard that's put up huge numbers. She's only played in 20 games so far, only 13 minutes per game. She's a tough defender as well. Doesn't really help the Sky too much with their three-point shooting. She's a 36% three-point shooter this season, taking almost 3 per game. She's a career 37% three-point shooter, so you can look at that. Maybe that helps the Sky a little bit as well in that. And so, Banham is a solid enough player, right? I don't hate Banham as a player at all. She's actually frustrated the Sky a couple of times in games before. So she's a player that has kind of cooked the Sky before. I think put up a 20-point game, 25-point game against the Sky a season or two ago. So you're looking at that. And then with Moriah Jefferson as well, you're adding in another veteran presence to this team of a player that's been around this league for a while. She's 5'6", 130 pounds. She can play that guard presence for this team. Hasn't really played a lot, only 9 games so far in the season. So you're not really looking at her to come in and do anything, but she can be that presence. And so this now takes up as well that Chicago Sky's open roster spot. So this means that more than likely the Sky aren't signing anybody either in free agency over this break. There had been some talk on potentially the Sky going out and trying to find somebody to sign. That doesn't seem likely as of right now. So you guys can take that for what you will on that one. But that's where we stand right now, man. So and when people asking why would the Sky make this trade, I'm telling you right now, the Sky, if they still do, they may still be looking to try to win as many games as possible. But this may have solidified that the Sky are not going to be making the playoffs this year. It may increase their chances to make their own pick better, to have a bite at the apple, maybe in the top 5, top 6 in this draft, rather than be in that playoff race. But we'll see what other moves come, because I do think that some other moves may come by the Chicago Sky. But them having 2 picks in the first round in 2025 could be enough for them to move up if they want to move up and get their point guard of the future in next year's draft. So that is something to look out for as well. So let me know how you guys are feeling about that. Well, Moriah isn't necessarily too bad, but we did get picks. Yeah, and you got a pick swap. Steve-O, who's not on there, said we gave up a second round pick too. Did we? I don't see that on here. But hey, if we did give up a second round pick, all right, cool. Like we got an additional first. I'm not really mad at giving up the second round pick. If we're gonna have 2 first round picks, I'm not too mad at that. I understand why that could be disappointing for some for sure, but I'm not too mad at it in that case. I don't know why I can't put the G before the O. There we go. But yeah, so that's my thought on that one. Reggie says, "Oh damn." Gold says, "I get long-term building, but I've seen long-term building fail so many times. Salute to Marina. She's a dog and deserves to win the championship." I mean, yeah, but you've seen short-term success also fail. Like let's just say this, right? It's about bites at the apple. The Sky weren't winning a title this year. They just weren't. So yeah, you could have held on to Marina Mabrey, who can be a dog, right? But at the end of the day, like she's 27 years old. Yeah, players are playing a lot longer in the WNBA, but still 27 years old when you've just gone considerably younger. And so, yeah, the long-term planning could not end up working out, but neither could short-term planning. We could be a team that sits around the 8th seed or 9th seed for the next 2 or 3 years, and then we're not making any forward progress, and we have aging players on a roster. At least by going younger, getting extra bites at the apple in the draft, you're maintaining kind of that forward progress that you're trying to do long term. So, dang, we got Lotto. She just hit 8 threes off the bench. Just not you called her Lotto. She doesn't look like. I guess she kind of does look like Lotto a little way. She's plus size Lotto. Rachel, the girl who just hit 8 threes the other game. Yes, she can hit 3-point shots. She just got to stay healthy. Carrington, we did not get Carrington in this. We didn't give Carrington at all. Twitter gave full details. Well, that's where I'm at is Twitter. Oh, the Sky's Twitter. I didn't see that they tweeted it out yet. So yeah, we gave up a 2025 second round pick. Not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. We get an additional first round pick. We get the right to swap picks in 2026. I'm not mad at that deal at all. So sucks that Marina Mabrey's gone because I actually like Mabrey, but things happen, man. Things happen. What was the trade? So to recap the trade for you guys, the Sky are sending out Marina Mabrey and a 2025 second round pick. In exchange for that, we're getting Rachel Banham, Moriah Jefferson, a 2025 unprotected first round pick, and then the right to swap picks in 2026. First round picks in 2026. So that's the total deal. That's what we're getting back. And it's not a bad deal at all. It's not a bad deal for what the Sky are looking to do. Again, it's a worse deal for the immediate now, but it's a better long-term play for the future. Like I said, if you're going to complain about us sending Marina Mabrey out right now and we end up getting, like I said, you look at any of the players that are slated to go in that top 6 next year. Kiki, Paige, Anisha, Sonia, Olivia Miles. You get Day Wilson as well from Duke. You get any of those players, they pair well with what we're trying to do. So that's something that I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at if we end up doing that. And then, like I said, the Sky have that additional first round pick, so they can try to get their person for sure. Tamia Gardner from UCLA and Sanaya Rivers from NC State, great draft options. Yes, but both of those ladies are probably going to go in the second round. Now we don't have, well, again, we have 2 first round picks, so you never know. I'm pleased with getting rid of Marina Mabrey. No hate, but I've wanted her traded since the first few games of the season. A lot of people have agreed with that, right? The fact that y'all thought Carrington was available, yeah, that's funny. If y'all really thought we were going to get Carrington back, that's crazy. 2 picks in the first round with the chance to package 2 first for a higher pick. I like it. Exactly. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at it if more reliable player is selected. Exactly. You're picking a player that's going to pair and go with your young tandem you've already building much better. I'm looking forward to seeing what Banham can do. I mean, listen, she could make it an interesting second half of the season for sure. Future of Chicago sports: Bulls, Ace Bailey, Sky, Paige, Buck. We're not getting Ace Bailey, bro. I can tell you, we're not going to be that bad of a team. Now Malik, I think from Duke, that's probably who we're going to be able to get. Wait, is this a swap going into effect immediately? Yes, the trade's done. So the trade's done. Marina Mabrey is now a member of the Connecticut Sun. When we come back from the All-Star and Olympic break, she'll be on the Sun. We'll have Rachel Banham. We'll have Moriah Jefferson. And so that's what we got. That's karma for you. Yes. I mean, listen, it is what it is. Wait, they got rid of Mabrey, but not Dana. That's not how trades work, self-made. I could get what you're getting at, but that's not how trades work. You get you're not getting a deal nearly this good back for Dana Evans. You're just not. You're looking at improving your team in the long run. So what do you think we do with the last? We don't have a last roster spot now because we got 2 players back. From 1, we don't have an open roster spot anymore. Moriah Jefferson and Rachel Banham, that makes our roster complete again. We have no open roster spots anymore right now. What's happening with Dana? As of right now, Dana Evans is on the Chicago Sky. There has been some talk that she could still be moved, but that's it right now. I think it's a team chemistry thing as well. Her spoon seemed to be off at times, and her vibe is sometimes off with the team. I don't agree with that. I just don't agree with that. I can understand where you're coming from. I think her vibe is good with the team. I just think she's having a slump. If you're looking at the basketball court stuff, she's just in a slump of a season. Now, going to a team where she's not looked at to be such a major part of the offense because of all the weapons they have with the Sun, do not be surprised if Marina maybe has a great latter half of this season. Just kind of comes down to it, man. You can see that her and Angel had friction on the court. No, I disagree with that. They are actually two of the closest people on this team. Laugh my ass off. If they could have given us Carrington, I would have said exactly. Like, I love Carrington, especially as a two-way player and what she brings. But if y'all thought that she was going to be available, y'all tripping. Never thought the Sun were going to get Mabrey, but a good deal both ways. I'm probably the only Sun fan around. I think there's a lot because Diana Taurasi has that built in. Not the player I prefer to leave, but only piece we have, and we still got Ken Folk. We good. Long ass Banham hit shots. We'll be fine. Well, let's keep in mind, Banham is Banham's a very interesting player, but she's not like long term. I don't know if we'll be fine. Like I said, I think we're going to be a worse team in the second half of the season. So Dana must be dating Spoon or something. How can she suck all that? She's not that. Like, come on, you're tripping there. This is not a win now move. Yeah, I think that's you trying to cope. That's a win now move for the Sun. This isn't a win now move for the Chicago Sky at all, bro. This is not a win now move. It's just not. A win now move would be keeping Marina Mabrey and then adding a solid 3-point shooter in Rachel Banham. It's not a win now move to give up your best 3-point shooter and your second leading scorer for a player that's averaging like 9 points per game. So it's just not a win now move. Marina cannot play defense and she is too streaky. The Sky will make the playoffs. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I love you so much because as soon as I seen the post, I came right here to get the scoop. Yeah, we gotta. So we're only not live on Twitter anymore because you apparently have to have Twitter Premium now to go live on Twitter. I'm probably gonna end up sucking it up, and whoa, that's a pause. I'm probably gonna end up eating the cost and just going ahead and paying so we can do it. So I am thinking about the Mercury, and I'm tripping on that one. If Marina actually does better on the Sun, that would make me crash. Oh, she's definitely good. So you might as well crash out. She's absolutely going to be better on the Sun. There's no question. She's absolutely going to be better on the Sun. That's not even a question. Yeah. So if that's what you're thinking, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go ahead and get your crash out now, my boy, because she's definitely going to be much better on the Connecticut Sun than on the Chicago Sky. That's not even a remotely a question. Like, she's going from a team on the Chicago Sky where she was the second leading scorer at 14 points per game, right? We don't even have somebody right now averaging 17 points. Like, they got DeWanna Bonner averaging 17, Brianna Jones averaging 13, Carrington's averaging 12, Alyssa Thomas averaging 11, Harris is averaging 11. Like, she's coming into that. She's going to be able to do what she does, but they're also a better well-rounded defensive team, right? We're better in the post, but like, she's absolutely going to do better on the Connecticut Sun. I have no doubt about that at all. None. So go ahead and get your crash out ready, my boy. Go ahead and get your crash out ready. I think she'll be an offensive threat on the Sun. I based my comment interview on her and Spoon on the court. I don't think this was done to win now. I hope the Sky make the playoffs, but not sure. Yeah, I mean, listen, they could very well make the playoffs depending on what else happens. Like, this Rachel Banham could come here and with a larger offensive role, maybe she does shine, right? Like, those things are possible. I'm just saying that the more likely scenario is that, Rachel Banham's averaging 13 minutes per game, right? So she's going to come in and have need to play a much larger portion of the minutes, especially when you look at Marina Mabrey was averaging almost 30 minutes. And so while she was hitting three, she was making about one and a half 3-pointers per game. That 1.5 3-pointers isn't going to overtake the scoring that Marina had. It's just not going to, right? And so you got to keep in mind, Rachel Banham has never averaged double-digit points in the WNBA. So it's not really like, that's why I disagree with old boy who said it's a win now move. It's really not that. It's really not that. You're am I live on Twitter on the Chicago Sky Central page though? Because last time I checked, we weren't live there. If I am live there, good. But I shouldn't be able to because we definitely don't have Twitter Premium. So if I am live, then somehow I hacked the system and we be stealing shit. We be of course, with how we've been playing, I expect much of what I've been seeing, plus growth from Angel and Miller. But to keep it 100 players, just have to step up, and the confidence from Michaela shows some hope. I feel where you're coming from on that one. I just don't understand how this is even setting us up. It's because you're getting additional draft picks and a chance to get your point guard that's going to be your point guard of the future. You're living in two timelines now, right? This is what the Sky are taking a calculated risk on. Let me lay this out. So let's say now the Sky right now are in the 8th seed of the playoffs, right? Now, everybody's going to get healthier. The Atlanta Dream are right there below the Chicago Sky, but they have not been healthy. They've been much worse than expected. Let's say the Atlanta Dream do get healthy and the Chicago Sky do get worse by this trade and they end up falling out the playoffs. That means then now you have a lottery pick. That means now that you have a chance at having a top 4 to 5 pick. You have a chance to get your point guard of the future. But let's say this does work out, right? And this is where the benefit comes out. Let's say Rachel Banham and Jefferson come here to help the Chicago Sky team. We win. Let's say we hold on to the 8th seed. All right, cool. We make the playoffs. But then you have 2 first-round picks in next year's draft that you can pair together to move up and still get your point guard of the future. This is a really good calculated risk by Jeff Pagliosha to still be able to get. And this is a draft as well. I guess this is a part I need to explain also. This is a draft that is deep in forwards and guards. So because point guard, an actual point guard, Kennedy can play the two. An actual point guard that can shoot threes is a need by the Chicago Sky team. You have put yourself in a position to combine your assets to go out there and get that player. So while I was looking at like Emily Ryan, who is slated to go later in the first round, now you can take your look at like I said, Sonia from Notre Dame, right? That's a guard that has really good size, really good 3-point shooting. She gets to the free throw line like crazy. Like you have your opportunities to do that. So the Sky have just put themselves in a position to go out there and get their player in place of that. Who's starting in place of Marina? Well, I'm guessing, man, that is Jefferson's or shit. Probably it's going to be a combination of either Michaela Oniwerde is going to probably get an opportunity. Jefferson's probably going to get an opportunity. That's really you're not going to start Izzy at the 3, right? You're not going to do that. You're not going to put Diamond DeShields back at the 3. So probably going to be Moriah Jefferson or Michaela Oniwerde. That's probably what you're looking at. You guys to trade, you have to have something someone wants, needs. Just because you don't like how someone is playing doesn't mean they have to trade. They have trade value. That's a great and that's a common thing in sports. People think, oh, this player is playing bad for us. Let's go out and trade them to get what back? Like at this point, for example, to trade Diamond DeShields, the Sky would have to give up a pick. They're not getting one back. They'd have to give up a pick. That's not happening, right? That's not happening. I just laid you probably left this before, but I just laid out why they traded. Literally just laid that out. Yes, I'm on Scott. Oh, well, shit. Well, good. Well, hell, if we're still live, I don't know how we did that. As of the 14th, we shouldn't be able to go live on Twitter or X, whatever anymore. So whatever happens there. So we get the better of the picks between the Connecticut and Chicago in 2026. Yes, Brooklyn. We get the better of those picks for sure. Haize, the Dallas Wings can switch picks with us, so it's not good to be in the lottery because they can take our but the problem with that, a little Jordan, is that the Dallas Wings are also in the lottery. So either way, we'll end up with a lottery pick, right? The Dallas Wings have the worst record in the WNBA right now. That's why I said it's a calculated risk, because it's highly unlikely that the Dallas Wings are all of a sudden going to be a playoff team. So let's say that for the Sky to have a worse pick than the Dallas Wings with only 14 games left, it almost means that we would have to lose every game of the season. We're not going to be that bad. So the Dallas Wings right now would have the top pick as far as the odds in that. So either way, you're walking away with a lottery pick. Whereas if you had made the playoffs before, you're not getting a lottery pick. Yeah, you're keeping your own pick. So that's why I say if the Sky, let's say the Sky the Dream pass them up and the Sky end up being the 9th or 10th best team in the WNBA, the Dallas Wings still are a better team than them, meaning they're still being in the lottery. Either way, the Sky end up with a lottery pick is all I'm saying there. Haize, what do you think we can do with these picks? Do we move them or try to add some pieces from the first round? I like the look of Papao to add some range to our offense. Well, listen, like I said, it's too early to start looking at players in the draft, right? Because we don't know exactly who's going to come out. Kiki's, I would love her, but overall, I'll say this: like this, it gives you a flexibility to do a lot. If your own pick ends up bad, you just hold on to your own pick. You got 2 first-round picks at that point. If you want to pair up to make, like, for example, what the Sky do this year, they wanted to make sure they got Angel Reese. They moved assets because originally we were supposed to pick ninth, to move up to make sure they got Angel Reese. That's what the Sky have the opportunity to do now with 2 first-round picks again, is make sure they get the person that they want. So that's if we don't win the lottery. That's the thing. And well, if we win the lottery, the Dallas Wings are probably definitely switching picks with us. So that's definitely something you look at with there. Juju is 3 years down the line. Yeah, Juju's not coming. Well, not 3. I think she's 2 years down the line. I think it'll be the 2000. Wouldn't she be in the 2026 draft? Maybe I'm tripping on that one. Can Paige stay healthy? We'll see. We'll see. Samuel says, part of me thinks they may not be done yet, although if they do make another move, it'll likely be a much smaller one. Oh, agree. I don't think they're 100% done yet either, brother. I don't think they're 100% done yet either. Pete with the super chat, thank you, says, do you think the play of Oniwerde made this trade easy? No. This was probably going to be a trade that they like. Michaela Oniwerde has been playing better, but she ain't been playing that much better to where it's like, oh, well, yeah, you're playing so good, we can trade our best player just because of how you play. No, I think that the Bears definitely looked at this and the Sky definitely looked at this and said, yeah, this is somebody. Oh, you know what? This is something else that's good on this, Brett. Because now that we have Banham and Moriah Jefferson, those are other 2 players as well that we can leave unprotected in the expansion draft. So don't overlook that at all. So Paris, do you not know how to read the title? Do you know how to read the title? Like, you got all these question marks. It's in the title. The Connecticut Sun. I'm just messing with the Connecticut Sun. Juju is the 2026. I thought it would be the 26 class. Okay, cool. No offense to Dana, but why are you still holding on to her? It's not that simple. Like, we got to. This isn't 2K. This isn't where you can just trade your death, sick and dying, and say, hey, they're not playing good for us. You're not getting shit back for Dana. You could trade Dana, but you're not getting nearly this deal done back yet. So what are you talking about? Like, she's a free agent at the end of this year. At the worst, you can just let her walk. I don't know, man. Atlanta looking hot these days. 7-game losing streak. I don't think Chicago will go far in the playoffs, but it wasn't about this year. Anyway, that's the thing, Samuel. It's not just about this year. It's not just about this year. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people have to realize. We are not just about this year. This isn't, like this, man. Y'all be tripping, bro. Y'all be thinking like, hey, the trade machine. We don't want Dana. Who wants her? The whole WNBA look at you and be like, really, motherfucker? Really? Did you pick up the phone to call us about Dana Evans? That's what you picked up the phone to call us about? Dana Evans? We can also leave Diamond unprotected. I know they wouldn't do that. Oh, that's funny. When it comes to Dana Evans, I've become like Kendrick Lamar. I hate the way you walk. I hate the way you dribble the ball. I hate the way you shoot those threes. I hate all that. Like, I love Diamond Shields, like, for what she meant to that Sky team up into the championship run. But at this point, Diamond Shields is like, I hate the way you dribble. I hate the way you shoot. I hate the way you walk on the court. I hate everything. I hate everything. The Sky fans want Dana to go. Yeah, because a lot of sports fans are knee-jerking and don't really look at the bigger picture. So, no, natural girl. She has a guaranteed contract. We can't just release her. Plus, we've moved past that point, even if she did have a non-guaranteed contract. So, yeah, she does a lot better than Michaela. She passes better than Michaela, even though with her turnovers, she still led the team in assists. She's a better overall moving without the ball. Now, Michaela she's more athletic, but come on, let's look at what Michaela's done in the WNBA. Y'all got to stop being prisoners of the moment. Marina Mabrey is a considerably better player than Michaela Oniwerde. She just is. Yeah, they are. That's why I said they already passed the wave deadline anyway. So like, no, it's not just about like it's not. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to end this stream, man. I love you guys, man. You guys are so amazing for the support that we've had, man. You guys are just great. Thank you for supporting this channel. We've been around for 3 years, and this is the year that we've gotten the most support. And I get it, the growth of the W. By the way, I'll have a video on the WNBA's new TV deal that's gonna quadruple that. Like the WNBA will now officially be profitable, but for the first time in its almost 30 or over 30 years in their history by the end of the 2025 season. That's huge for the W. That's huge for the WNBA. So I have a video coming out on that later, man. I love you guys, man, for everything that you guys have done for this channel, the growth of it, man. You guys are amazing. Make sure you're following us at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoSkyCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Sky related. Love you guys. Go Sky, y'all.